How did you get involved in this work?
I had moved back to my hometown after college and actually started in the insurance industry and wanted to be involved in the community, so I started volunteering. I became through Big Brothers Big Sisters and really kind of developed a passion for youth mentorship. And with that, I saw that there was a need, and between other community involvements and some grant writing opportunities that I had done, this seemed like a good fit when the position became available, and I applied and decided this was important to me.
Tell us about your coalition.
So our coalition was founded in 2009 by a group of concerned citizens that were kind of alarmed by the Minnesota student survey data that they saw. So they had gotten together, and through the help of the United Way, they had applied for a Drug-Free Communities grant. And right now, a big focus of the coalition is vaping. That has been definitely driven by the youth, where they are seeing this as an issue amongst their peers. And so just taking their lead, we are working on some initiatives to help be proactive and combat that right now. But we always also are focusing on underage drinking.
What does building community support look like for your coalition?
So partnerships, I could tell you, one thing that I've learned is that I need to be patient. And I know when I first started, I've been in my role for just about 2 years, and I started just trying to do everything at once with all of the sectors, and became frustrated just because I wasn't making the progress that I wanted to in really any of them. So I took a step back and decided that I just really needed to focus on 1 or 2 at a time and work on those relationships and really find out why those individuals were involved and why why it was important to them, and also giving them ownership of their sectors. When I started my role, I had a youth sector rep that was great, and she was wonderful to work with, but she was a senior, and when she graduated, then I felt like I had to start over with this whole group of new kids. And that has been something that I've really worked on, is building these relationships earlier on with youth. So when I'm getting to know some freshmen and some sophomores, and this year in particular, I was so excited. I've got 2 really strong junior girls that are leading the youth advisory group, and I get to keep them for 1 more year, but I've talked to them too about making sure that we're including the younger students so that we're just ready to go and don't have to take a break in the work we're doing to build capacity. So when I was working on building sectors and relationships, one of the first areas that I targeted was law enforcement. When I started my role, the chief of police was the chair of our coalition, but he was stepping down as his term was up. So when I was trying to build some of these relationships and trust with law enforcement, I feel like I wasn't necessarily talking their language, or we weren't understanding. I was looking for information about community assessments, and also trying not to say, here's how I think you should do your job, as somebody who doesn't know. So what I did was I had worked on finding an individual. There was someone who is in corrections that was on our steering committee, and he took the lead to develop this law enforcement committee. And with him leading it, I kind of I've let him take the lead, let him own that. I go to the meetings, I chime in when I feel it's appropriate, but I listen, and I also maybe meet with him separately to feed, like, here's kind of what I'm looking for, but it's coming through him, and then it's actually worked well, and through these I've been able to build several relationships, and they're keeping me in the loop on things, so it's great.
How do you think sharing this will help others?
I think some of the lessons that I have learned through my experience is just to be patient and really make sure that you have an understanding of why people are wanting to get involved, and just the shared community values, getting down to the heart of why everyone is here. And when you figure that out, making sure that you are letting them take the lead and able to feel good about the work that they're doing.